Hey everyone, Brandon here with Culper Precision, and I am sitting down with Justin of Wasatch Arms, one of the owners of Wasatch Arms. And you guys have seen these comps that we did a video about a couple of months ago. The way that this works, there's a couple different styles of comps. Everybody has seen the compensators that thread onto the end of the barrel. And this is a little bit different because these compensators are attached to the frame. Now what's interesting about that is, from a price point standpoint, first of all, in order to compensate a factory Glock handgun like this one that has no modification, no nothing to it, in order to compensate something like this, you're $200 for a threaded barrel, number one, and then anywhere between $75 to $150 for a thread-on comp. And then if the comp is worth the money that you paid for it, it should also require a recoil spring that's a little bit lighter. Because what's happening is as that chemical reaction is going off and that projectile is exiting the muzzle, all of those gases are hitting the fins of the comp and directing the comp forward, and that's pulling essentially on the system. Now, when you have a compensator that's pulling forward on your barrel, you're taking a bunch of energy that the gun is using to cycle reliably out of the system. And so for that purpose, a comp that's worth its weight should always be complemented by a lighter weight spring. So most of those springs, like I've seen them as much as $75 or $100 for an aftermarket performance spring. So all said and done, you're $200 for a threaded barrel, you're $150 for a compensator, and then $75 for a reduced weight recoil spring, or you can be under $200 for just this bolt-on comp. And then if you want to add later the race system with the optic mount and everything like that, then that whole system is going to retail for a little bit less than $300, which is a phenomenal deal. Because think about it this way: like, you have all of that math for the threaded barrel, the thread-on comp, the lighter weight recoil spring, but then also if you're buying an MOS Glock, modular optic system Glock, those are generally $75 to $100 more expensive than your regular Glock. Let's say you already have your Glock, it's going to be anywhere between $150 to $200 to have an optic cut on there. And so all of that said and done, you're about $600 to have all of this put into your Glock, or you could spend a little bit less than $300 on the Wasatch Arms race system, which we think is super cool.